XTRONS AI Box Android Auto promises to turn any wired CarPlay or Android Auto port into a full-blown Android computer with wireless everything. Either we've reached dashboard nirvana or we're buying lag in a box. On paper, it's stacked. An octa-core chipset up to 48 GB RAM and 128 GB storage, dual-band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5, GPS support, optional 4G SIM, Android 12 or 13, and the big hook, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto plus Netflix and YouTube on your car screen. Sounds criminally generous, but here's the thing. Specs don't always survive a hot cabin and finicky head units. I installed it across 2 cars, pushed firmware updates, and lived with it on daily commutes. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after a solid week of testing. Let's set expectations. The XTRONS AI Box claims to convert wired CarPlay Android Auto to wireless with near-zero lag. Run full Android on your factory screen so you can install apps like YouTube, Netflix, Waze, and Spotify. Deliver fast boot and seamless reconnection every time you start the car. Maintain factory controls. Steering wheel buttons, mic, and touch input. Sounds slick, right? Pretty bold claims for a tiny dongle living off your car's USB port, but here's where things get interesting. Reality check. Claim. Near-zero lag wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Reality, it's good when it's good, but not zero. In my tests, tap-to-action delay was roughly 150-300 ms, comparable to other AI boxes. That's fine for maps and music, but you'll notice stutters when hopping between apps fast. Here's why. The box is simultaneously handling Wi-Fi handshake, Bluetooth, and transcoding while your head unit expects a clean wired protocol. Wireless adds overhead, there's no magic. Claim, full Android on your car screen just like your phone. Reality, mostly, with caveats. The interface renders at your head unit's resolution, often 800p or 720p, and many apps assume portrait phone UI. Some buttons shrink, some dialogues clip, and DRM-protected streams can cap resolution or refuse offline downloads. You can sideload, yes, but not every app is touch-friendly at arm's length. Claim. Fast boot and seamless reconnection. Reality, cold boot to dashboard takes about 25-40 seconds depending on model and car. Warm restarts are faster, but if your vehicle kills USB power at stoplights or during auto start-stop, you may see a re-handshake delay. Evidence, several drives where I parked for 10 minutes, then got a 15-second reconnection dance on return. That's not broken, but it's not instant either. Claim, factory microphone and steering controls just work. Reality. Steering buttons usually map correctly for volume and next previous. Voice button behavior varies by brand. Sometimes it triggers the box's Google Assistant instead of the car's assistant, sometimes nothing. Microphone routing is the wild card. On calls, some cars feed the cabin mic to the box cleanly. Others default to the box's tiny internal mic, which sounds echoey at highway speeds. You can tweak audio paths in settings, but it took trial and error to stop callers from hearing the entire road. Here's where things get mathematically impossible. Some listings imply buttery smooth 1080p video at 60 FPS while running wireless CarPlay and a hotspot simultaneously with no heat or throttling. Let's be real here. In a 120 degrees F cabin, any passively cooled dongle will warm up. After 30 minutes of video plus navigation, I measured the casing as hot to the touch and performance dipped. UI animations dropped frames until I let it breathe. The plot twist, compatibility. Most modern cars with wired CarPlay ports play nice, but certain VW/Audi MIB systems, older Mazda units, and quirky BMW setups can handshake loop or cap touch response. XTRONS does push firmware updates, and switching USB mode from automatic to CarPlay sometimes fixes it, but don't assume universal plug-and play. Detailed breakdown. Wireless performance, dual-band Wi-Fi helps. On 5 GHz, app launches felt snappy and map panning was smooth. On crowded city routes, interference forced fallback to 2.4 GHz, and that's where stutters showed up. Boot to usable interface averaged 32 seconds in a Toyota and 38 seconds in a Honda, with a dashcam also drawing power. Apps and streaming. YouTube played reliably up to 1080p 30. Netflix often negotiated 720p due to DRM and device certification. Prime Video behaved similarly. Casting from a phone via AirPlay-esque mirroring worked but added latency. What nobody tells you. Some head units block video while in motion if the box reports movement through GPS. You can alter settings, but it's not always obvious. Audio and calls. Music sounded identical to native CarPlay in blind A/B at typical volumes. The red flag is call quality variance. On one setup, callers said my voice was crisp. On another, they heard cabin echo until I forced external mic routing in developerish settings. There's also a slight half-second delay when answering a call as the audio path switches. Build and thermals. The casing is compact and feels solid with a short braided USB-C to USB-A cable. No active cooling. After 45 minutes of summer testing, the device warmed up enough to throttle briefly during app installs. Mount it where air circulates. Burying it in a glove box is asking for disconnects. Updates and support. OTA updates are available, but servers can be slow. A fresh update improved my reconnect time by about 5 seconds and fixed a Bluetooth handshake bug. Community tips on forums helped more than the manual, which is light. Reviews are mixed. Plenty of 5-star love for convenience and a noticeable chunk of 1-2-star reports about random disconnects in specific cars. That spread usually means compatibility variance rather than outright junk. Verdict: buy with caution. If your car has wired CarPlay and you want wireless plus Android apps on the factory screen, the XTRONS AI Box delivers 80–90% of the promise when the stars align. Pros: real wireless convenience, full Android flexibility, decent performance on 5 GHz, solid build. Cons: boot delays, mic routing quirks, heat-induced hiccups, and brand-specific compatibility. Pricing usually undercuts premium competitors, so value is there if you're willing to tweak settings and occasionally reboot. Skip this if you need mission-critical call quality or instant-on every single drive. Worth it if you crave wireless freedom and streaming on road trips. Stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Got a car or AI box you want me to stress test next? Drop it in the comments. Next up, I'm pitting 3 AI boxes head-to-head to find the real wireless champ. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Drive smart, buy smarter.